My name's Dale Groff, and we farm about 500 acres southwest of Burlington Junction, and our primary purpose there is raising cattle. And this is a family-owned business that's been going on for the last 60 years. There's several reasons why we got into this. I was sitting there in the living room one day and had RFD TV on, and this ad come on promising great results in soil loosening and soil health and stuff, and the end and everything. I said I ought to write this down, but I didn't. But the product at the time was that they were talking about was Monty's liquid carbon. And so a couple of 3 weeks later, I got interested back in it, and I went and did some research on RFD's website and found the advertisement there and the Monty's products. So I wrote the company and asked them exactly what was, their product, what it was all about and consisted. Fantastic results. I got a reply back within a very short time. I was put in contact with Monty's local representative here, and also the distributor and the gentleman that was actually going to end up being my strategic partner and putting down the Monty's on the land. The program was started kind of as an experiment. We come in on the fall, we put down 2 quarts of Monty's Agra Enhance V to basically bring the foliage and the growth of the grass back. We were looking for a product that would go down that would help us get a little bit better production, but also loosen the soil, because we had a topsoil compaction layer of about 4 to 5 inches, and you go on down from there. We hit a zone, a hard pan zone at a depth of about 18 inches. And I can attest here that there was no water getting down through that compaction layer. We would take and drive across the fields after a rain, and it was squash, squash, squash. We put down the Monty's, and 3 weeks later we had a big rain. We drove across the same field, and there was absolutely no water standing. It had all been absorbed in the soil. So we ended up with a tremendous boost in being able to retain soil moisture, which in turn results in more production. And we come back with an aggressive program using the Monty's liquid carbon. I wanted to go with a 4 quart per acre liquid carbon, but they thought, my partner thought that was a little bit too aggressive, and we dropped it down to a 3 quart per acre and put down our regular fertilizer, our liquid nitrogen, and our other fertilizer to go along with the Monty's. As the year went on, we noticed that our grass was coming back stronger in the last half of the year, and so along about the 1st of September we decided we'd go in and get a second cutting off of it, which for pasture hay is very unusual. In fact, we normally never get a second cutting off of the hay fields. We went in expecting, on 2 fields, we were expecting about 50 bales over the entire 75 acres. And when we got done and everything, we had about 103 bales off of the 75 acres. And this was unbelievable. What we noticed when I was mowing the pasture was the thickness and the growth where we were cutting it. And normally with the hay windrower, would normally run 4 or 5 miles an hour on it. We had to drop it down to 2 to 3 miles an hour because of the thickness and the growth and the health of the grass that we were getting off of it. When we rolled the hay up and it had a chance to cure for a couple of days, we pulled samples out of the hay, and instead of being coarse and rough, the hay was like pulling out silk. And going into the fall, we graded the hay over what we'd had before, and we would give what we had before the previous year and everything, we'd give it a 6 or 7. We graded the Monty's on a 10. And before, we would be using 3 bales a day to feed our cattle. We were using 1.5, 2 bales a day. So our production was about 300 bales less than what we wanted, but we ended up this spring with 80 bales left over. And this was a take a look and see at the Monty's, try it. And the Monty's liquid carbon and the people associated with the product have been absolutely phenomenal. And this is a program, and I personally consider Monty's liquid carbon and the Monty's staff as my strategic partners. And we'll continue this program on into the future, and hopefully the people that take over the farm after I'm gone will continue with the Monty's product.
Monty's Plant Food Company offers a natural soil enhancement and plant fertility program using innovative proprietary technologies designed to maximize a farmer's yield. Our products and programs are designed to address a farmer's specific needs and challenges, soil or plant. Maximize your results with Monty's. Success you can see.